Okay guys, here we are once again for the build of this pretty little Mazda, and after lots of painting and masking and painting and touching up, everything is ready for the final assembly. So chassis is ready, interior is ready, only the exterior parts to finish. Uh, this might not be the most interesting car in the world, but one thing I can guarantee you guys is that the model itself it's is pretty good and very interesting. Everything goes together perfectly. The I told you in the beginning of this build that Aoshima doesn't stop surprising me in a good way, because it has details, and all the attention to this kind of details means a lot when you're car building. So for instance, you have the interior light. It's something honestly I never seen in any other model, and they've added to this curbside model, which I mean, it's a basic build, no no uh, no engine, nothing, and they add this kind of details, which for me, as I said in the unboxing part, makes a lot of difference. So here is the body. It's painted, sanded, and polished. The process was, I made it a little differently, sorry, because I in other builds I usually apply the technique of painting, then clear coating, sanding and polishing, and after that I would paint all the black trim around the windows. If there's another trim in a different color, I would mask it and then paint it. But after the polishing process, I don't know what happens with the clear coat, but after you remove the masking tape, there's always some little marks, scratches, residue from the tape, I don't know. And I have always to touch up with sanding paper here and there, and then polish again. So this time, after clear coated, I've sanded all the body, and then I skipped the polishing process and masked and painted all the other parts. So I wouldn't have to repeat all the sanding and polishing process. So I had a lot of space to work with the polishing compounds without heating, for instance, this area, which isn't gloss. It's a satin finish as per the photo reference that I have. So it saved me some extra work and time, because if I use the same approach as I did until this one, I would have to sand it again and polish it again. So here it is, and looks great. Window, quite a complex painting here, because all this window is actually the roof of the car. So there's no frame, no nothing. It's a whole clear part which you have to paint from the inside for all that black trim that the windows have in cars nowadays. and the kit provides you the seals for it, which is a great help. But on the outside you also have to paint all the rubber fitting, trim, whatever you want to call it, and you have to do it manually, and there's a lot of places you have to mask, because it goes around all the roof of the car. So it was pretty hard to do this part and took me some time. Here I'm just picking the bonnet because of a small detail. Sometimes if you have a flat surface, it's very easy for you to get a great glossy finish after sanding and polishing. But this car has a small intake in here, so it's pretty hard to get the sanding paper and polishing in there. What I use, the sanding process, it's not easy because you as you know, you always have to be careful with the edges. But I use very small and thin strips of sanding paper and go around this edge. But for the polishing compounds, it's much simpler. I polish normally with my polishing cloth, whatever, and then for these sunken parts I use a cotton swab with a little polishing compound, and I start to use it on the surface where the cloth doesn't reach. So just a little tip, if it is useful for you guys. Other than that, to show you guys how deep Aoshima goes with the detail, this is the third stoplight that goes in the rear window. Usually all the brands use some kind of decal, whatever. No big deal. It's just to simulate the light. But Aoshima makes this as a two-part component. It has the black support, and then you have the clear red stoplight. So as you can see, these small things for me makes a lot of difference. So as you can see, you have the mirrors, the headlights, no big deal about it, and the chrome parts. The chrome parts are very nice, they stay as they are. I just stripped the chrome from the exhaust tip, not because of the quality of the chrome, but because you always have the chrome parts on a sprue, and when you remove those parts from the sprue, you have to take out the little gates and send them out, and that usually leaves that usually removes the chrome, so you get a pretty ugly finish. So what I did, I stripped the chrome, sanded the exhaust tip, and then I painted it chrome, or simulated chrome again, using the gloss black base coat and the polished aluminium from AK Interactive. So that's pretty much it. This next part will be all about assembling the exterior parts and finishing the model, which shouldn't take too long, because I don't know about you guys, but I usually start to work a bit quickly when I'm reaching the end of a model. Don't know why really, but I'm kind in a hurry to finish it. So let's finish this, and I hope it turns out into a pretty cute little car.